Hello everybody, welcome back for lesson number 3, final facing. We have completed the second lesson, rough facing. This is a continue of the last lesson. I have partnered with Dream Technology System to produce this CAM tutorial so that everybody can benefit from it. The content as usual, we're going to open a file. There is a tooling to introduce for final facing. We will complete with the lesson to show you the step by step. This is the interface that I will started to show you last round, which is by the time you open this ZW3D, you can see this interface. Top left corner, you can have an open file. So we will do that, and we select the file. There's a preview on this corner to show you which file you have selected. So we will select the S1, and then we open the file. By the time you open the file, there is 3 options for you to choose. Most of the time, we will choose CAM because we are doing the CAM plan. Once you open that, you can see that there's a CAM plan file name on top of it. Then this is the last lesson output from what we did on lesson 2. If you're not so sure, you can go back to see lesson 2, so how we created this 2 path for the rough facing. What we're going to do is that we're going to do the smart way. We're going to introduce you the final 50 mm face mill. Actually, they are the same as a rough mill. But general practice, we will have rough, 1 tool for roughing and then 1 tool for finishing. This is to ensure that your finishing is most of the time secure with the fresh new tool. What the general practice is, once upon the finishing tool is blunt, the insert is not sharp anymore, we're going to switch the finishing tool insert to the rough facing tool. This is how the general practice is, and then we will change a new insert for the final face mill tool. We continue the lesson. So how we're going to go about to do this 6 step to complete the final facing. We will hide the previous 2 paths first. So this is make sure that we don't have too many lines on the screen. So this is, you right click the mouse, then you can show hide, and then you just click that, then you can see that the 2 path is gone. So we can see there's a gray out on the operation top facing 1, so that you know that this is not shown. But if you want to do that, you can always show and hide again with the right click of mouse, so you can see the 2 path. We're going to copy it. So very simple, just right click and then copy, and go to the operation and just paste. This is a simple copy and paste duplication. Upon you done that, you can see that there's a question mark. There's a question mark on here to show you that actually this operation required to do editing. So that because it's not calculated yet, so this 2 path is not valid. It will not show on the screen. But what we're going to do is that we're going to right click and edit it. And first thing, we want to check everything is correct. The frame is okay. So the frame is okay. So we're going to change the tool because we need to do a final facing tool. So we're going to do that. We click this, left click this tool. Then we will manage it. Manage means to say you want to change to. If you want to have a pre-designed tool, or you can select from it. So because we want to change this tool, so we're going to do a manage. After you click the manage, you can create a new tool. So what we did is that we do just add a final at the back of the 50 face mill tool. We're going to change it to 0, and then the diameter is 50. Upon doing that, then we want to change the tool number as number 2, so that you won't have the same tool doing the process. So we put number 2. So this is a second tool to do final facing. And then we did that. Then they ask you, are you going to use the final tool? We will answer yes. And then you can see that the final tool is actually appeared in the tool field, so that you already confirm that you already changed the tool. We were going to change that. We're going to change the speed as well to make sure that the finishing is good. So we put 220 mmPM. So this is a fit mm per minute, to make sure that we are having a better surface with the finishing tool. Okay, then we can do the tolerance and step. So the final thickness is going to be 0 because we want to face up to Z0. So this is what we do on the facing. And we want to change the color so that the rest is not going to be any changes. So we want to change the color. We do a pink color for finishing. So you will show that this is much more better to see that, to visualize there's a change between the two. And after that, we do a calculate. You can see that there is already a toolpath generated. This is a pink color. So this is the display, and we will confirm that the toolpath is correct. Then after that, we do a OK to complete the editing process. After that, we're going to do a verification. We want to do a verified, so right click corner, then do a verified. As usual with the last lesson, we will change the frame to G54, which is CC is on the top. We will do that, and then we will do click by click, step by step, and then we can see that the Z-axis is going for 0. So this is make sure that this is at the correct toolpath. Upon doing that, you completed the verify. You can click this tick to complete the operation. You also can do the full operation by using solid verified. So right click the operation, then you can see the solid verified. This is how we go about. You can change the speed. I will advise you to put half of speed, 0.5, so that you can see better. If not, then you will want to do step by step. Also possible using the +1. So most of the time I will do minus 0.5. Then after that, you can play with the toolpath verification. So you can see that this is the output upon complete the toolpath simulation. After you did that, you are happy about it, then you can close this solid verified. What we're going to do next is we're going to do the post-processing, because seeing is just showing that the toolpath, we want to produce an NC code. So what we do is that we change a machine just for training sake. We want to do a FANOC system. So what we do is that we're going to put a machine. We're going to change a machine name. For example, you put a machine called MC1000, Machining Center 1000, just the name of the machine. And we want to post processor configuration. We will put a FANOC basic. If you have different post processor, of course you can choose whatever you wish to. We will do that, and you can see that this is the two options that we already put on the screen. So after that, we click OK. We want to insert the NC file. We have selected the machine. We want to output the NC file. So we want to add the operation. You can choose whatever operation you want to output to a NC file. This is the advantage of ZW3D. You can choose whatever you want to create the output file. After we selected the both, we click OK. And we also need to do a CL setting to make sure that we output based on G54. This is the toolpath setting over here, toolpath space. We put G54. We click OK. And we also need to do another setting to make sure that the program number is correct, and then we can do a command. This is a base block, so that by the time you output, you can see this detail. We could also output the 3 files here, CL, NC code, and operation. This is where you can straight away to see the result. But you also can do this by using the right click after you change the NC. So you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. This is the old number, the program number for FANOC control. You can just put any 4-digit number for this, except the number 8 and 9 for the system control for FANOC control. By then, you can use output CL. By the time you right click the output CL, you can see the CL file. So you can see the details of the output on the CL file, which is some of the programmer were able to read this, so to understand what is the source code. The NC file, you right click again, you click NC file, you can see the detail. So how we know about, we can see the program number is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the G plane, G90, G17, all the G code and M code is shown here. So we can see that the roughing is Z1, and as well as the later detail on the Z0 on the bottom of the program. You can examine it. One advantage about this ZW3D is that you have an output operating list, which is very good for the tooling guys to set up the tool, as well as the programmer to understand the process. The manager see this is much more happy. You can see the setup location, which is very impressive, that where you set up your G54, you don't need to draw another drawing, and you can see the running time as well the detail on who is a programmer, when was this program. Just output it, and then you can show the detail of the tool as well, and then cutting speed, the time taken. Very impressed output. Someone could sign it, and then programmer can sign it as well. This is how the output of the post processing. After upon completed, you can save this file, and then we will continue with the next lesson to how to continue the process on this block. So we have finished the theory portion, so let me switch on the screen to show you the practical portion. Hello, welcome back. Let me show you the step by step how we're going to complete this final facing. So we open the file. You can see by the time you click this one, you can see there's a preview over here to show you that you select the correct file. We open this one, and after that we will select the cam to make sure that we can double click the left mouse, so we will see this file that we created last round on the lesson 2. We want to hide this operation by right click here, and then we hide this operation. We want to duplicate this one, so we right click and then we copy. We go to the operation, then we put a paste. The second operation is actually created, but there's a question mark in front. We need to update the parameter to make sure that it works, so we're going to edit it. So you can see there's a G54 here already being correct. We want to change the 2, so we click here and we want to pull out, and then we say we want to manage it. So manage means to say that you can change a new tool. So what we're going to do is that we're going to put a D50 face mill final, and we will do a 0 here, then a 50 to number 2, yeah, over here, and then we click OK. So they will ask you whether you want to use it for final. Of course, yes. So we can see that the 2 is updated. We want to change the feed rate, so here is 220. There's no change on here as well as the rest, so we want to change here. For the thickness, we want to cut at till 0, and there's no change over here, no change over here. We want to change the display, so we want to choose left click, so then you can choose this pink color, and then we will do a calculate. So you can see that the toolpath is generated, so we click OK. The green tick is given, so we want to verify it, so right click and then we verify. We want to change this one to frame G54 as usual. This one we want to see correct or not, so we can slowly move down the tool, and then we can see the Z0 is here, so meaning to say the toolpath is correct. We can use this click, the play click, to complete the tool simulation. Upon satisfied, you can click this one to finish it off. Of course, we can do a full simulation by using a solid verify. So right click over here, and then you can do. So the tool, the simulation actually use the raw material, and the color is changed. So what we do is that we drag this one to 0.5, and then we can play this one. Cannot be too fast, so what we do is that we're going to put here to 0.8. We stop here again, then we redo again. This will much more easier for you to understand how the tool travel, and then what has been completed. So once you're satisfied, so we can close this file. We can see that we already did the simulation. We want to do a post-processing, so right click here. So we want to add a machine, so mean to say that I want to put at the machine center 1000, and we want to choose a simple final post processor so that we can see the output. We click OK, and then we want to add this insert the NC. Upon doing that, then you can see there's in here we want to add operation by right click mouse. We use a shift key to add these two operations together, and then we put OK. So two operation is being selected. What we want to do is that we want to output it. We want to set it correctly. So what we do is that we can put a programmer here, say TS Chong. We want to output the two path based on G54, so we click OK. And as well, we need to update this one as well, the setting. So what we do is that we put a program number 1234. Oh, sorry, 34. TS Chong. Two paths based on G54 base block. Okay, so before we click OK, actually there's still option here. Over here you can output the file, but most of the time you can do it over here as well. Just want to show you. So first thing is that we can output the CL. You could study the CL eventually, because this is the original source code for the two path. You can output the NC as well, so you can see that the G code over here, this is Z1 where we do the roughing, as well as the Z0 for the final facing. Yeah. So now the third one is I want to show you the operation list. This will take a while, depend on how many tools you have. Meanwhile, you can check the code on your G code as well as the M code in the NC file. So bear with me. For the post processing, you can see the green bar here. Eventually we will go to 100% to make sure that the output is correct. So bear with me. So there's a waiting time here. Okay, we're done. So you could see that the processing time, how much being taken, the tooling list, as well as the G54, where is the operator can set up this part, and you can get the programmer to sign, operator, team leader as well. So you can print this file and or save this one to later use by the time you want to do the productions. So we close this one, and then we can make use to save this file so that you can do it on the next round. So just want to update you. The cycle time here is about 9 minutes, 27 minutes. We want to improve it at the next lesson. So I will see you. I wish you all the best, and then we can do this together on the next round. Bye bye.